First years. I have been asked to give this short disclaimer before things start. Watch out for falling chocolate here. Our first type is Mr. Dark Chocolate. He originally owned the chocolate factory before passing it to Willy Wonka. His tiers consist of 72%. The Hershey Company has a badge on his head. A bittersweet snack to soothe his voice, he calls him and eats him. When Forrest Gump's mother said life is like a box of chocolates, she was referring to him. He is the darkest of chocolates in the world. Next we have Mr. Iced Tea. Step 1. Gently slide the sack out of its packaging. Step 2. Moisten the sack in some warm liquid. Step 3. Let it sit for about 5 minutes. Step 4. Chill. And step 5. Swallow. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Iced Tea. Next we have Mr. Clean. Yes, that's right, folks. The product of history's second virgin birth to American superstar Billy Mays, Mr. Clean is a first year from Chicago studying political science. Mr. Clean likes to spend his time practicing for IM Sports and also being destroyed in IM Sports. Looking to Febreze past the competition, he's here to get a clean win, or at least a 99.999% clean win. So folks, our next contestant seems quiet at first, but don't let that fool you. He's completely depraved. His name is Mr. Silent but Deadly. I was told to listen for him. I'm not hearing anything. Maybe this is part of the bit? Is he gonna surprise me suddenly with something loud? Oh, he's killing me!
I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you.
Are you farting right now?
Safety.
Guys, give it up for Mr. Silent. I present to you the first years of the Stereotypes. Sophomores, starting with Mr. Totally Tubular. Born and raised on the wild west coast of Michigan, Mr. Totally Tubular is a sophomore studying music. When he isn't catching barrels or getting pitted, you can find him complaining about his music theory homework and trying to ollie the 5-stair outside of Bauer. Please put your hands together and toss up a shaka bra for Mr. Totally Tubular. Next, we have Mr. More Lost Than Found. I'm gonna read, this is the little blurb he sent me. Hey Joey, it's Matt. Can't find my phone right now, so just decided to use the United States Postal Service for this note. I really don't know what to do for this intro thing. Ooh, maybe a cliche joke about Texas? I do like the Cowboys a lot. I mean, we got a real chance at the Super Bowl this year. Anyway, need you to look over my jazz theory homework. Are you available Friday at 8?
Can you help me with my jazz?
Turn around. It's the concert. Remember the concert we talked about? It's tonight. Leave your theory homework on the, yeah. I'll check it later. Next we have Mr. Mini-Me. Mr. Mini-Me is a sophomore from Westchester, New York, currently studying psychology and education. His hobbies include reaching for snacks on the top shelf, playing basketball against babies to feel superior, and of course, tap dancing. Put your tiny hands together for Mr. Minimi, and please remain seated so as to not hurt his feelings. Up next, we have Mr. Sassy. Mr. Sassy really needs no introduction to gas him up, but he's humbled to grace you with one nonetheless. Mr. Sassy is a sophomore studying the chemistry of yeast, with the goal of helping everyone get that bread, challah, naan, whatever you will. When he entered the show, producers condescendingly told him, "So you think you can be Mr. Stipe? Let it be known, he came here to win. And he plans on putting the winnings toward a GoFundMe to persuade Chick-fil-A to stay open on Sundays. Cue the applause." Finally, we have Mr. Professional. Mr. Professional is at his best using daddy's money and flying on his private jet across the world to sit in on meetings and get paid the fattest stacks. Unfortunately, he cannot be with us tonight because his flight got delayed on his way back from his corporate meeting in Hong Kong. Well, actually, it looks like his flight did make it in time for the concert, but I have been told at this very moment he is suing the airline for making him miss his weekly suit fitting. Sanal is measuring him right now. See him in the back. This is really tough, guys.
Calm down, all right?
Try to grab a business card while he's headed up. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Professional. Ladies and gentlemen, the sophomores of the Stereotypes. Next we have the juniors. Yeah, okay. Starting with Mr. No Pants. Mr. No Pants is a sophomore from Westchester, New York, studying finance and snake studies at London Business School. When not struggling to color within the lines of his Management 100 coloring books... Wait a second. I see he's... Oh, can it be? It is! Ladies and gentlemen, put your thighs together for the one and only Mr. Short Shorts! A junior from Albuquerque, New Mexico, studying history. Our next contestant is Mr. Naughty. He hails from a nameless void that encompasses all in clouds of darkness, summoned by the 7 warlocks of Nazgûl Naknarok, here to cause mischief and mayhem. If you look under your seats, you'll find a special surprise left by our next guest. Wait a second. Check under the seats for the little surprise. If someone could tell me what it is, that'd be great. Is there nothing? There's nothing there? This guy! Hey, Mr. Naughty, please put your hands together for the guys bringing it all from the abyss. Ladies and gentlemen, the juniors of the Stereotypes. Now we've got the seniors. First there's me. And then... Okay, so first we have Mr. Down Under. Mr. Down Under is a senior studying architecture and entrepreneurship. When he's not shirking TA hours at Sam Fox, you can find him turning bi-curious frat boys and smuggling stolen chips out of Jimmy John's in his marsupial pouch. While he hails from Australia, that isn't how he got his name. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Down Under. Up next we have Mr. Fix-It. Mr. Fix-It has a reputation for waxing his chest with duct tape and using WD-40 as aftershave. He can fix anything except his deep-rooted craving for external validation, which is why he's trying to win our show. Tonight just so happens to be the first night of the semester that he's taken a break from trying to piece his life back together in the machine shop. All the way from New Jersey, please put your hands together for this special appearance of Mr. Fix-It. Finally, we have Mr. It's Not a Phase, Mom. Mr. It's Not a Phase, Mom promises it's not a phase, Mom. Hailing from the doity joys, this senior is studying Kanye's tweeting habits and Jonah Hill's wardrobe. When he's not purposefully ripping a perfectly good pair of jeans, he spends his free time and way too much money flipping sneakers and just being like edgy and stuff. Get off my case. What are you, like Vice or something? Please join me in welcoming to the stage Mr. It's Not a Phase, Mom. The seniors! So if all of our contestants want to strike a pose, everybody get a good look, because this is